Alright guys, in today's video we'll be talking about Didier Drogba, the big Ivorian striker. You all know him as Didier Drogba, but his real names are Didier Drogba Tipili. Of course, he was an Ivorian professional footballer, played for the national team side too, so he was all-time national team top scorer, goal scorer of the Ivorian side, and he was once a former captain to the side. So he played for different clubs, but his professional career started at Le Mans. Then after Le Mans, he moved to Gimpak. Then from Gimpak, he moved to Marseille, where he now moved to Chelsea. Then from Chelsea, he went to China to play for Shanghai. Then from China, he moved to Galatasaray. From Galatasaray, he moved to Montreal Impact. Then from Montreal Impact, he now moved to Phoenix Rising. Yes, those are the clubs he played. But he made a total of 500 club appearances, scoring 212 goals in total. What a career Didier Drogba had. So now, to further buttress his scoring ability, he also played 104 times for the national team side, scoring 65 goals at the process. You can agree with me that this guy was a goal scorer. Now, although Drogba had a blistering career, yes, at different levels and different divisions, especially the Ligue 1 divisions, where he was scoring goals for fun at Marseille and Le Mans. He scored goals for fun, so you understand. But it was at Chelsea that he made his mark in the world football. It was at Chelsea that he announced himself as a lethal striker, as a world beater. It was at Chelsea that Drogba said, hey, guys, I'm not joking. I am a striker. Everybody feared Drogba, especially when it comes to big games. Drogba never disappoints. Now, Didier Drogba journey started when Jose Mourinho joined Chelsea. You know, immediately the Abramovich took over Chelsea. He wanted Chelsea to start winning games. So what he did, he needed a winner. So he went to Porto. He brought this young man from Porto who made the headlines, winning the Champions League with a low-budget club as Porto. So he brought him, Jose Mourinho was named. That's the special one. He brought him to Chelsea. And Jose Mourinho was given the option to choose from top strikers the one he wanted, because this man, Roman Abramovich, was willing to spend a fortune to get Chelsea into winning games. In fact, he wanted trophy, he wanted success at Chelsea. So he was given options. There were a whole lot of strikers, a lot of strikers that are made as at then. But this man said no, that he wanted Didier Drogba. Now, why does Mourinho insisted on Didier Drogba? I'll tell you. When Jose Mourinho was the coach of FC Porto, they played a game against Marseille, and Didier Drogba mesmerized his defense. It was a young Didi, 20-something, very young. He mesmerized his defense with his pace, his accuracy, his shooting, his nodding, and everything. And after the game, Jose Mourinho called him and said, hey boy, you're good. African boy, you're good. But I cannot afford you now. But he said, but don't worry, one day I will, when I join a bigger club. So in July 2004, Chelsea paid Marseille a whooping 24 million euros to bring Didier Drogba to Chelsea. And it was a move that many doubted because of the amount of money. And this money made Drogba the highest paid Ivorian player. Yes, the highest, the most expensive Ivorian player. So it was something that was more of a risk, because this guy was not known. Come on, you're paying such amount of money for an African player from where? A low league like Marseille, you know? So people thought it was a mistake. But Mourinho, knowing what he wanted, insisted on that deal, and the deal was struck, and Drogba became a blue. So fast forward, what was supposed to be a risk, or what many termed as a risk and a wrong business, became a bargain, as the young boy from Africa became a terror in the Premier League. He was terrorizing defense, mesmerizing defense with his power, his pace, his movement, his nodding. When Drogba nods the ball, it will be as if somebody shot the ball with his legs. Drogba's nodding, his head was equivalent to a shot taken by a powerful player. So Drogba was what any team could ever ask for. In fact, he became the catalyst of Chelsea's success. Drogba was everywhere around Chelsea's success. In Drogba's first season at Chelsea, he helped Chelsea clinch the Premier League title for the first time in 50 years. And Chelsea went on to win that same title in the next year. That is 2004 and 2005. That was a double that they did during Mourinho's first era. But this is about Didier Drogba now. Now, Drogba's stock continued to rise as he was named in the 2007 FIFA first 11. Drogba was named into 2007 FIFA first 11. And also he became the first African player to ever score 100 Premier League goals. Drogba was amazing. Drogba was an awesome player. Drogba was anything any man could ask, anything any coach could ask from a striker. Then in 2012, he scored in the FA Cup finals against Liverpool, making it 4 goals in a row. In fact, he scored 4 consecutively in FA Cup finals. I think being the first player to ever achieve such feat. So he was nicknamed the King of Wembley because he would always score at Wembley. And mind you, FA Cup finals are always played at Wembley, meaning that the 4 FA Cup that Chelsea won during Didier Drogba's stay at Chelsea was all won by Didier Drogba because he had his name in the score sheet in all the matches. Didier Drogba made a total of 247 appearances for Chelsea across 2 stints. First was from 2004 to 2012. Immediately Chelsea won the Champions League. Then his second stint was from 2014 to 2015, which was just 1 year, and Chelsea also won the Premier League that same year. Now, Didier Drogba's biggest moment at Chelsea was his 88-minute header, which became the equalizer against Bayern Munich at the Allianz Arena in the 2012 UEFA Champions League final. And interestingly, Didier Drogba also went ahead to score the final penalty to clinch Chelsea her first Champions League trophy, which has taunted the club for years. Drogba was fondly known by his powerful headed shot, his strength, his stamina, the ability to turn with the ball on his chest, and the ability to take long-range shots from any angle. He was scoring for fun. He was scoring for fun to the point that sometimes Drogba would score from impossible angles. You can ask Peperena, former Liverpool goalkeeper, he will tell you that sometimes he would think that he has covered the whole post, but Drogba will still find a way to score. That was how good Didier Drogba was. He was good. He was a terror. He was a typical big game player. Once you have Didier Drogba on your side and against your side, and it's a big game, man, you must have your heart on your sleeves because you will not rest. You are in for a big heart attack because this man must definitely score once it's a big game. That was how good Didier Drogba was. He played for different clubs, but his last club, I didn't mention this. Drogba played 41 games that was at the twilight of his career. He played 41 games for Montreal Impact, the Canadian side, Montreal Impact. And this man played 41 games. It should be around about 38 as at then. But he went on to score 28 goals. Wow, that was remarkable. A feat most young players cannot even achieve now. Then finally, when in his late, I think that was around his 39 to 40, he now moved to Phoenix Rising. Yes, I think the US side where he played for a short period and became the owner of the club, and that was where he hung his boots. Interestingly, Didier Drogba was one of the highest lasted African players in history because this man played for 40 years. So I can count the number of African players that played close to 35, let alone 40 years. Drogba played until he was 40. Drogba was a beast in attack. Drogba was a force to reckon with. Drogba was everything Chelsea needed. He was not only a Chelsea legend, he was also inducted in the Premier League Hall of Fame. He won series of trophies with Chelsea. He won 4 Premier League with Chelsea, trophies with Chelsea, won 4 FA Cup, of which he scored all the 4 goals, won 1 Champions League, to which we know that he was instrumental to the cup, the Champions League, won Carling Cup, different cups, name them. Drogba won almost everything he played for. That was how good Didier Drogba was. So for many now, they may think that Didier Drogba is overrated. No, he's not overrated. He was so good. Yes, I know he wasn't scoring like the likes of Salah, but Drogba will always score when it was needed. I can boldly tell you this without mincing any words that Drogba was one of the highest big game players, in the history of football. There are not too many like him. There wasn't too many like him, and there is still not too many like him. You can ask Arsene Wenger, he would always tell you that if you're playing a big game, especially a final, a cup game against Didier Drogba, that you should always already consider your side one game down, one goal down, because Drogba must definitely score. It's certain that Drogba will score. No matter how you do it, no matter how, you can't stop Drogba from scoring at big. He will definitely find a way to score. He must score once it's a big game. Forget it. He may not score in other games, but the big game, man, this man was a big game monster. That was how good Didier Drogba was. Didier Drogba's quality, achievements, it is not something you can sweep under the carpet. They are there for everybody to see. They are there for everybody to see. I know football talk are sometimes opinionated because people have different opinions towards achievement, football achievement, and the rest. But when it comes to this kind of player, man, he's up there with the highest, with the greatest of all time. He was what you. Well, I can't count too many attackers that were much better than him. Even though I'm not saying he's the best, but he was up there with the best. He was up there with the best. And please, if you enjoyed this video, please kindly give me a follow and share this, because it takes me a lot of time to make some of these researches so I can be, dishing you out this information and entertaining you. Please help me share this video. And in case you want me to do any such documentary of any of your choice player, it must not necessarily be Chelsea. I just chose Chelsea because I'm a Chelsea fan, but I can still do that on other players. So in case you want me to do that on any player, you can simply request on the comment section and I will oblige that. Thank you and God bless you.